Yo ho ho! Happy Christmas to all my subscribers. It's Frank here, Captain Frank from Ausim International Airlines. You caught myself, Captain Frank, and my little mate Nicholas, who's such a saint. Come over here and say hello, Nick. Here's my little mate Nick. He's the FO for today. And we're just preparing for a flight at the moment to back to the North Pole, to take him back for a little trip. So, however, putting that aside, apart from wishing all my subscribers a happy and healthy Christmas and New Year, I wanted to discuss 2017. A lot of people have asked the question, how good was 2017? Well, I reckon what a year it's been, especially for simming and especially for Ausim International Airlines. This time last year we were Ausim Aviation and our charter was Australia and New Zealand. And this year, as of 2017, we went international by kicking off an American, Canadian and Alaskan tour. What a great way to start the year. So now let's talk about simming in general, because for me 2017 was the best simming year of my life. So big statement but true, we kicked off the year anticipating Lockheed Martin's P3D to go 64-bit, and lo and behold it did. Then the scramble was on to convert all the 32-bit software over to 64-bit. Well, that happened over time, and now we have a situation where P3D v4.1 is almost the gold standard in simming. 64-bit wasn't the golden bullet that everybody thought it was, but the potential was there, and with careful manipulation we saw levels of realism never even dreamed of a few years back. For my cockpit it was marvellous. I finished the American tour using P3D v3 and planned a 47-leg Asia-Europe tour utilising all the new P3D v4 and 4.1 scenery. I'm still flying the last few legs of that tour, with planning underway for the next tour for 2018, which is our British Isles. So that will entail Britain, Wales, North and South Ireland and also Scotland. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I think it's only fitting to mention some of the great scenery that I bought this year and congratulate the developers. So first and foremost, it'd have to be Orbix. Orbix, you know, John Venemer and his merry band of visual magicians have converted us to the 64-bit world almost immediately. Their works are responsible for so many great legs of my tours, their land class, their airports, their city scenery. I'd never fly without their products. It's just a no-no. So, and as you can see, talking about visual scenery, here's beautiful Brisbane, my own hometown. So, you know, what more could you ask for? Anyway, other notable mentions for scenery were Fly Tampa. I love Fly Tampa stuff. I have everything that they've put out, including that magnificent Sydney airport. Absolutely fabulous. Brilliant addition to our Australia scenery. Never had any issues with their software. Absolutely excellent eye candy. Other scenery manufacturers, Aerosoft, I bought a lot of their gear during the year. Flightbeam and ImagineSim. They're just about to release their new Singapore. Really looking forward to that. A little unknown scenery manufacturer, AA, who's just about to release Kuala Lumpur, so looking forward to that as well. I bought software from Paxim, Pacific Simulations, and they do all the Pacific Islands, and a lot of that was really beautiful scenery, very on point. So very happy with those guys too. So Avionics was the next one. In 2017, my choice of avionics, and has been for a few years now, is ProSim AR. Absolutely fabulous mob of people, keep the gear up to date all the time. We went through lots of iterations this year. The 64-bit thing wasn't a big deal for ProSim. And we're on the cusp of new exciting things with ProSim. They're about to release their Pro version of their software coming the 1st of January, so I'm going to be at the front of the list for that one, that's for sure. Other excellent software I used during the year was Pete Dowson's FSUE PC. Wouldn't use it. Sorry Pete. Wouldn't miss using it for my cockpit. Absolutely brilliant for all the flight controls and everything like that. I think it'd be #1 in most cockpits as far as calibration for flight controls go. Another beautiful little piece of software that came up this year, FS Flight Control. Andreas works very closely with ProSim and has managed to manufacture not just an EFB moving map, but also a instructor station that very seamlessly works with ProSim. So good on you, Andreas. Look forward to using more of your stuff next year. So then we move over to, that's all the software, well that's not all the software, but some of the software that we utilised during the year. Then we'd start talking about hardware. Well, 2017 was a bumper year for hardware as well. We saw the GTX 1080s come out, not sure if it was end of last year or early this year, followed closely by the GTX 1080 Ti's, absolutely mammoth machines. And of course now they have the Titan, 2 back-to-back 1080s. We also saw the i7 7700s come out, hot on the heels of the 6700s, and the K model, of course, the unclocked version. And then just in the last month or so, they've released the 8700Ks, the 8700 chipset, and along with that, the new Z370 chipset. So that's a flyer. And the 8700K is capable of clock speeds up to 5 gigahertz now. So that's pretty amazing. And the RAM also kept pace. We're up to 4 gigahertz of RAM now. The speed is 4 gigahertz in RAM, so that's come a long way in the last couple of years as well. So as we fast approach the 10-mile final of 2017, what do we see around the corner in 2018 maybe? Okay, well I predict we'll be sitting here this time next year saying exactly the same as what I've just said now. I think we're going to have more great software, more great hardware. It's a juggernaut, no doubt. It's a machine that keeps getting fed by us, buying and trading all this stuff. So for AusSim International Airlines, we have an English tour kicking off in January. After I finish building my new PC, or sorry, the new PC is already built, but I'll finish off my testing and implementing that computer into the cockpit here. We've also got some scheduled maintenance happening, mainly on the seats here, and some of the fix-ups in the Sims. 2018, we will upgrade the MCP and one EFIS. Already have a Pro 2 sitting here. With CP flight, we'll be going over to Pro 2 on both of those components. Everything else is pretty well up to date. Can't buy anything bigger or better than what I've got at the moment. So I'm pretty happy. Mechanically wise, the Sim is almost perfect. I do have, as I said, the seats, I've got to do a little bit of work on those. I'll fully implement my intercom system, get it all up and operational next year. And we're going to install wipers on the windscreens as well. So, and also butt kickers in the seats to give that little added realism. We'll also be working on the rear of the cockpit as well, making jump seats and stuff like that. So all superficial stuff that you won't see on camera, but all the same, still pretty important. We're also planning a few big tours for next year. Haven't exactly worked them out yet. There's quite a few countries and regions that we haven't done. South America, still a whole lot of stuff in the Bahamas there that we haven't touched. The well, we didn't do a lot on the east coast of America, But Africa's an untouched continent that's coming along, and so is Asia. So all loads of possibilities next year on our flights and our tours. So we'll see how we go with that. So that really is a busy year for us. When you spend this sort of money on your hobby, you really do want some return, and certainly I've had it from this year. Had a great year of simming, great many flights, a lot of great times with friends, and and I have a lot of rides and a lot of friends and family coming over the next 12 months. So the sim is going to be extremely busy. So that's about it. That's the wrap up. I better get Nick up to the North Pole now. Everything's set, ready to go. We're almost ready for pushback. So thanks for tuning in this year. I hope you enjoyed my videos. Hopefully we'll be back bigger and better next year. Be looking at some different camera angles and stuff like that for next year. Keep the interest going. So that's about it for now. We will see you in 2018. We'll definitely be back, and hopefully it'll be as big, if not better, than what we've had for this year. So happy and healthy Christmas, New Year. We'll see all our subscribers back next year. Bye for now. Okay, Nick, what was that route we were planning for the North Pole again?